I'm pleased to be joined today on Health Beat by Dr. Tristan Hartzell, hand, plastic, and reconstructive surgeon with Faith Regional Physician Services, hand, plastic, and reconstructive surgery in Norfolk. And we're talking about repairing a cut flexor tendon.
So flexor tendons, Rob, are the tendons that allow you to make a fist. Without them, your hand's worthless. If you cut your tendon to your finger will be popped out here and you won't be able to bend it. So I see lots of cut flexor tendons from people playing with glass, playing with knives, and sometimes it happens in football and other sports. Without it, if I don't fix it, they're just going to have a finger hanging out in the wind. So almost everybody wants me to fix a flexor tendon, but it's not so easy as just sewing two ends together. And the reason being is that the tendons glide through a tunnel. And so if they don't glide, they're going to get stuck and scar, and you're also not going to move your finger, no matter how solid the repair is. But the repair can't be so bulky that it gets caught up in these tunnels. So we have to use special techniques to sew the two tendons in together, allow it to glide through the tunnel and not rupture. I equate it to sewing two pieces of rope together with 10-pound fishing line test. These young men, they could pull 100 pounds easily with their forearms. So if I were to go let them loose after sewing it together, they'd rupture the tendon apart.
I see.
So we do a lot of therapy for them and protect the repair. How I repair it is the core suture that goes in the center of the tendon is what we call a 3/0 nylon, is the most common thing I use, and that's fairly strong. It's like a 10-pound fishing line test. You can kind of see it here, and I have a hard time pulling, but if I pull really hard, it will pop apart. The edges then, I touch up with these smaller sutures, 6/0 nylon, to make it very smooth so it doesn't catch on any of these tunnels. These really have very little strength, but they touch up the edges. Oftentimes, there's nerves that are injured as well. And the nerves I'm bringing in the microscope and then using this little suture, which is 1/10 the diameter of a hair. It's barely,
My goodness,
you can barely see it. It
is
just
thin.
floats in the wind here.
Yeah. Wow.
When all is said and done, it's a lot of rehab. The surgery is just the first 10%. Really, the 90% that follows is therapy and rehab. And then when all is said and done, hopefully after 3 months, they have a normal hand, and instead of a finger that's stuck out there like that, they can open and close a fist.
Well, that is fantastic and very informative. So thank you so much for joining us. That's Health Beat, brought to you today by Faith Regional Physician Services.